गुरुं दीनतारिणं नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेर स्मरणे होय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे होय निज वांछित पूरण। Today's disappearance of Sri Raya Ramananda Prabhu, one of the principal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the Vishakha Sakhi in Krishna's pastimes. Vishakha has become Raya Ramananda in Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Lalita is Swarup Damodar Goswami. Like Vishakha and Lalita served Radha Krishna, in a similar manner, Raya Ramananda and Swarup Damodar became the principal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, particularly when he was exhibiting the pastimes of separation from his object of worship, Sri Krishna. So towards the Antya pastimes, the final pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, both Raya Ramananda and Swarup Damodar became the ones who would serve him the most. Supreme Lord has many servants. Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambhrama Sevyamanam. The Lord is worshipped through millions and millions of Lakshmis, Gopis, Lakshmis. Millions of Lakshmis are serving Krishna simultaneously, out of which 16,000 became the principal consorts of Sri Krishna. Among those, 108 are even more dear. Out of these 108 consorts of the Lord, 8 are even more dear. Out of these, Radharani is topmost, and Radharani has so many servants. Sakhis, Manjaris, Dasis, different categories are there. So, out of all these things, out of all these Manjaris and Sakhis, there are 8 principal Sakhis: Lalita, Vishakha, Indulekha, Tungavidya, Champakalata, Rangadevi, Sudevi. These are the 8 principal Sakhis, out of which Lalita and Vishakha are the foremost. Lalita and Vishakha are the foremost. They have become Sarup Damodara and Rai Ramananda in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Through Rai Ramananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave so many instructions. From Rai Ramananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally heard the highest, form and the highest kind of worship of the Supreme Lord. Nandanandana Sri Krishna, in the mood of Radha, or Radha Krishna are our object of worship. Pado shlok karo sadhyera nirnay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Rai Ramananda that recite verses confirming what is sadhya, what is the goal of life, what is our highest objective. Please give proper scriptural evidence. Sancharya Rama Nija Bhakti Meghe Swabhakti Siddhanta. Here, just like when the ocean, from the ocean, the clouds collect the water. And ocean is a source of water, and the clouds are collecting, or the sun is rather absorbing the water. They get collected in the form of a cloud, and when there is a cloud burst, it rains. When it rains, the same water is entering into the ocean. Whether it is falling in the rivers, rivulets, lakes, wherever it is falling, all of them are ultimately coming and getting mixed in the ocean only. And the water is also falling in the ocean, rain. So, the water that is coming from the sky is actually not filling the ocean, is not the source of water for the ocean. Ocean is the source. And the rain is coming out of this ocean. In a similar manner, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an ocean of unlimited Siddhantas. Siddhanta means spiritual doctrines, the highest truths. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an ocean of all these unlimited truths. And through his mercy, he empowered Rai Ramananda, and Rai Ramananda is showering those greatest Siddhantas back into the ocean, that is to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who has empowered Rai Ramananda, and it is Rai Ramananda, out of his empowerment, he is speaking, and Mahaprabhu himself became the listener. The source is the listener here. Ordinarily, we see in the other scriptures, Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna is putting question, and Krishna Uvacha, Krishna is giving the reply in Bhagavad Gita. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we see all the Shaunaka rishis are inquiring Suta Goswami. Suta Goswami is telling the episode that has happened in the past between Sukadev and Parikshit. Sukadev is narrating what he heard from Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa is telling this is how the discussion has happened between various other personalities, or Supreme Lord, or Narada and Yudhishthir, or Krishna and Uddhava, where Uddhava is putting question and Krishna is answering. Means Supreme Lord is always the one who is giving the answers, because he is the ultimate source of all questions, or ultimate solution to all questions. But in the case of Rai Ramananda, it is just the opposite. Mahaprabhu or the Lord is putting question and the devotee is answering. That is why this particular conversation becomes very, very special, where the Lord is the questioner and the devotee is the answerer. That's why this is a very, very special conversation. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 8th chapter talks about this in detail. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was delivered, he understands the importance of bhakti, and then he tells Mahaprabhu, when he was going to South India tour, he tells Mahaprabhu, "My dear Lord, I have a submission. Please meet Rai Ramananda. He lives on the banks of Godavari in the Vidyanagar province. You should go and meet him definitely. You will not be disappointed after meeting him. And on the contrary, it will only give you pleasure. Please take my words." Previously, I was not able to understand him. I couldn't understand him. I saw his extraordinary qualities and activities, transcendental. I thought him he's a Vaishnava and I made fun of him because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was not a devotee, he was a Mayavadi. So I made mockery out of him. But now, my dear Lord, by your mercy, I could understand that devotion and devotee are the supreme. Therefore, my dear Lord, please take my words and don't miss to meet him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes, when he was on the South Indian tour, when he goes to Godavari, he sees Rai Ramananda coming in a palanquin. So many Vedic hymns were being chanted. The Brahmanas were, chanting, and he was offering oblations in the Godavari river. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is waiting. He could understand that this is Ramananda Rai. And Rai Ramananda, he saw that, there is a sannyasi standing beneath a tree. Let me go and meet him. He went. He embraced. Mahaprabhu asked, "Who are you? What is your identity? Please tell who you are." Rather than telling that I am a minister to King Prataparudra, I am posted in Vidyanagar, these are my duties. If we ask who are you, then we immediately give our material designation. Rai Ramananda did not give his material designation. He told, "I am a Shudra. I am the most fallen person." Because everyone who has come to this material world is fallen because of his forgetfulness of the Supreme Lord. Shudra, not necessarily lower birth. Any birth other than outside Golok is lower birth only. Be it a Brahmana, be it Kshatriya, whatever it is. Any birth outside Golok is lower birth. Shudradham. He says, "I am an Adham. I am the most degraded, and Shudra, most fallen, low born." Mahaprabhu immediately understands, he is Rai Ramananda. Definitely, otherwise there cannot be humility. He would have told, I am king, because he came with so many Brahmanas, so many, playing instruments, and, palanquin carriers. So in front of them he is telling that I am a Shudra, I am a fallen, degraded person. He must be a devotee. Immediately he embraced him. And both of them, they were ecstatic. They were feeling ecstasy. Mahaprabhu immediately, withdrew his, feelings of ecstasy, because there were other persons, the Brahmanas, Vedic Brahmanas, they don't understand what is prem, what is vikar, what is transformation due to prem. They don't understand. So he immediately withdrew. And then he told Rai Ramananda, "I am greatly fortunate to have come and meet you. I was sent by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He repeatedly told that I should meet you. Therefore, I want to stay here for a couple of days and hear Krishna Katha from you. He told that you are expert in Bhakti Rasa Siddhanta. Siddhantera Sima, you are an epitome of Siddhanta, I heard from him. And you are expert in the rasas, the mellows of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. I want to learn from this, from you. Rai Raman told, why only couple of days, my dear Lord? Please stay for at least 1 week or 10 days so that I'll be purified. My heart is like a stone, it doesn't get melted quickly. You please stay and make me hear Krishna Katha, purify me, and thereby make me devotee of the Lord. Then that night, both of them sit together and they were discussing the highest goal, objective of life, sadhya. Mahaprabhu asked, what is the highest objective? Swadharma acharane Vishnu bhakti sadhya sar. First he says that be established in your own dharma, whether it is brahmacharya, vanaprastha, grihastha, sannyas, or brahman, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, varnashrama. Be situated in your own varnashrama dharma and worshipping Vishnu is highest goal. Mahaprabhu says, iha bahyo, this is external. Age kaho aur. Because varnashrama dharma means you are identifying with your body. I am a brahmana or I am a sannyasi. Identification with the body is there. Iha bahyo, this is outside Vaikuntha. This is not Vaikuntha bhakti. Age kaho aur. Please proceed further. Then he says, karma arpan. Whatever activities you do, yad karosi yad asnasi, do it as an offering to the Lord. This is the highest objective of life. Mahaprabhu says, Ihobahyo, this is also external because you are still thinking that you have to do karma. Your identity is still in this material world, that you have to do karma. You are offering fruits, fine, but you are thinking that you belong to this world, therefore you have to perform karma. Ihobahyo, this is external. Go ahead. Then Raya Ramananda says, karma, tyag, giving up, renouncing the material duties, or in other words, karma sannyas. Mahaprabhu says, ihobahyo, this is also external. What can you renounce? What belongs to you that you will renounce? Nothing belongs to you. You are not supposed to do any karma. You are only supposed to do the supreme devotion. You have the feeling that, oh, I am the renouncer. Karma tyag. Bahya, this is also external. Go ahead. Then he says, Jnana Mishra Bhakti Sadhya Sar. Jnana Mishra Bhakti means knowledge, devotion mixed with knowledge is highest. What will you attain? You will attain Brahma. No, I am not Brahman. This is also outside Vaikuntha. You still have not reached Vaikuntha. This is not Vaikuntha Bhakti. This is not the highest goal of life. Ihabahyo age kaho aur. This is also external. Go ahead. Then he says, Jnana Shunya Bhakti. Knowledge, devotion that is not mixed with knowledge or unalloyed devotion. First is Karma Mishra Bhakti, Bahya. Then Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Bahya. Then he says Jnana Shunya Bhakti. Knowledge, devotion without endeavor for knowledge. Mahaprabhu says, Iha hoy age kaho aur. Now he did not say Iha bahya. Bahya means external. Iha hoy means this is okay. This is okay, go ahead. Means you still have not reached to the point where I want you to. Is okay, go ahead. Then he says, Prema Bhakti Sadhyasar. Then Mahaprabhu says, "Iha hai, this is good. Because now you have come into Vaikuntha Dham. So long you are outside Vaikuntha. You have come to Vaikuntha Dham. And above that is Golok Dham, Prema Bhakti. Where is it possible? In Golok. Mahaprabhu was pleased by hearing this. Iha hai, aage kaho aar. He says, please proceed further. Then he talks about Dasya Bhakti. Very nice. Please go ahead. Mahaprabhu is not satisfied. Then he talks about Sakhya Bhakti, the devotion in friendship mood. Iha uttam, aage kaho aar. This is the best. Please proceed further. The best means already highest. He is telling this is the best. Please proceed further. Means there is something higher than this also. Then he talks about, Vatsalya Bhakti, devotion in parental mood. He says, please proceed further. He talks about Kanta Bhakti. Raya Ramananda is telling about Kanta Bhakti in a conjugal loving mood. In the concerthood. Then he says, Iha Sarvottam aage kaho aar. This is the highest. Please proceed further. If this is the highest, what proceed further? Because he is extracting. Then Mahaprabhu, then he says Radha Prem. He talks about the love of Radharani. Raya Ramananda says there is no one who has asked me beyond this point. So far, no one has asked me beyond this point. Therefore, my dear Lord, please listen. He talks about Radha Prem. And he talks about Radha Prem completely. And then he says, this is Sadhya Avadhi. Avadhi means pinnacle, the topmost point, the boundary. There is nothing outside, this is the boundary. This is Sadhya Avadhi. If there is anything more than this, please tell me. You have reached Avadhi. Avadhi means you have reached the top point. You have reached the boundary. There is nothing outside. He says, if there is anything beyond this, please tell me. Then he talks about Rasa Tattva, Prema Tattva, Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva. All these things he talks about. Mahaprabhu was greatly satisfied. In this manner, the conversation between Raya Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the highest, discussion that has ever happened. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, now by your mercy I understood what is the highest goal of life. Now tell me how to attain this goal. I understand that goal now, but how to attain it? Please tell me. Raya Ramananda says that, following the footsteps of the Brajavasis is the sadhana, is the, practice, devotional practice to attain that. How they served Sri Krishna, one have to follow that service mode. Then one will attain Golok. Mahaprabhu embraces him. I don't want to, give up your company. Let's meet again tonight. Whole night they were discussing. Daybreak has come. Raya Ramananda went to his duties. Mahaprabhu was doing his own duties. In the night again they met. They discussed. Mahaprabhu is putting questions. Raya Ramananda is answering. Then the next day again they were discussing about Rasa Tattva. In this manner, 10 days they were discussing Krishna Katha. And after 10 days, Mahaprabhu says, time to go. As per your request, I stayed here for 10 days. I have to leave. Then Rai Ramananda could not, bear the separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, you please come to Nilachal Dham. I want to get your constant company. 10 days I am not satisfied. I want to hear Katha from you constantly. When he went further south, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on his return, again he came to Godavari. He met Rai Ramananda one more time and he says, let's go. Rai Ramananda says, please give me some time. I have to give resignation letter to the king. I am working under him. I have to give resignation. Let me be freed from my duties of the king and join you. After that, he takes permission from the king, Prataparudra. He was very, very ardent devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, as soon as he hears about Rai Ramananda's desire to join Mahaprabhu, immediately he permits him. Yes, go, join him. I shall also give you monthly salary. You don't have to work, but I shall give you salary. Rai Ramananda came and he joined Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Since then, they stayed together, Rai Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Through Rai Ramananda, Mahaprabhu gave several instructions. Rai Ramananda, he took birth in a Karna Shudra family. He belonged to a Shudra family. Shudra means the degraded, the most lowest in Varnashrama Dharma. He took birth. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being a sannyasi, being a Brahmana, still he heard Harikatha from Rai Ramananda. If you see Rai Ramananda's external designation, he was Shudra and he was a Vishayi, he was a materialistic person working for a king. Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi and a Brahmana. By both ways, Rai Ramananda should be the one who listening Harikatha. And as a sannyasi, Mahaprabhu should be giving instructions. But in this case, it's just the opposite that has happened. To show to the entire world that Rai Ramananda, even though he has taken birth in a low-class family, he is the greatest devotee of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and wherever there is Krishna Bhakti, one should accept it. They are not limited due to one's birth or one's social activities. Our Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was working as a magistrate. He was a married person. He had how many? 7 children, 7 or 8 children. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has got 11. So he is a uttermost materialistic person. 11 children he has got. He is working as a magistrate, living in a household life. But that is his external, those who are seeing him superficially, externally. Internally, he is Kamala Manjari. How many can take his darshan as a Kamala Manjari? Those who have submitted to him, only to them he will reveal his actual self, isn't it? If you want to know someone, about a person in detail, you have to be very closely acquainted with that person. You have to submit to that person. Only then you will be able to understand about that person completely. That also when he reveals. Only when he reveals, you are constantly associating with him, you are constantly serving him. When he is pleased, then he will reveal himself. In a similar manner, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, those who have submitted to him one-pointedly, only if he is satisfied, his real self will be revealed. So we should not see the Vaishnavas by their external, designations or identities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not only this, He also gave instructions when he was in Jagannath Puri Dham through Rai Ramananda. There was one Brahmana by name Pradyumna Mishra. Pradyumna Mishra, right? Pradyumna Mishra. He was a Brahmana. He came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking him that I want to hear Hari Katha from you. Mahaprabhu says, go to Rai Ramananda. He will speak Hari Katha to you. So, following the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to Rai Ramananda. Rai Ramananda was in Jagannath Vallabh Udyan. He goes to hear Hari Katha from him. The Sevak of Rai Ramananda, he says, please wait. Rai Ramananda is busy. What is he doing? He is bathing the Devadasis, the servants of Jagannath Dev. The girls, young girls, Taruna Vayaska means just in the teenage girls. He is bathing them. He is decorating them. He is dressing them. And he is teaching dance, art to them. You please wait. By hearing this, his faith got shaken. He is a devotee. He is associating with young girls. He is bathing them. He is dressing them. He is touching their body. How can a devotee do all this? He had got some disturbance of faith. He was waiting. After a long time, Rai Ramananda came out. And then he has come to know from his servant that Pradyumna Mishra is waiting. So he went, oh, I am very sorry. I made you, a Brahmana, wait for such a long time. You are best among the other social classes, Brahmana. I am Shudra. I have no qualification. I made you wait. I am extremely sorry. Please tell me the purpose of your coming here. I want to hear Hari Katha, but Mahaprabhu told I should come to you. That's why I came here. Today already lot of time has passed. I'll leave. I'll come some other day. Because he lost faith in Rai Ramananda. He lost faith. Therefore, he left. He didn't hear any Hari Katha from Rai Ramananda. After few days again, when Mahaprabhu sees him, he asks, Pradyumna, did you hear Hari Katha from Ramananda? Oh no, that day we didn't get time. Mahaprabhu could understand that he has some problem with having faith in Rai Ramananda. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to him about the glories of Rai Ramananda. Mahaprabhu is singing the glories of Rai Ramananda to Pradyumna Mishra. Ami to sannyasi, आपनारे विरक्त कोरिमानी, दर्शन बहुदूरे, प्रकृतिर नाम जदि सुनी. I am a sannyasi. I consider myself as a renunciate, having detachment to all material things. But forget about seeing a woman. Just by hearing the name of a woman, I have disturbance in the heart. Mahaprabhu is telling, I am a sannyasi and I call myself as a detached person. I think myself as a very detached and renounced person. Forget about seeing a woman. Simply by hearing the name of a woman, my heart gets disturbed. Tabahi vikar pai mor tanuman prakriti darshane sthir hoy kaun jan. Even simply by hearing the name of a woman, my body and my mind gets transformed, disturbed, kind of a vikara comes in my mind and in my body. By seeing a woman, who in this world can stay undisturbed? Everyone is disturbed by the sight of a woman. Ramananda Raya re katha suno sarvajan kahi bar nahe jahan ascharya kathan. Now all of you listen about Raya Ramananda. In this world there is no one who is not disturbed by seeing a woman. Now here, the transcendental glories of Raya Ramananda. These are not the words that are to be spoken, but still I am telling so as that you will understand the glories of Ramananda Rai. Eke Devadasi আর সুন্দরী তরুণী তাহাদের সব সেবা করেন আপনি. They are Devadasis and they are Sundari, beautiful young girls, very young, not old women, very young girls and beautiful. তাহাদের সব সেবা করেন আপনি, and he does all service to them. All kinds of service are done to them. What kind of services? Snanadi karai, he bathes them. Parai Vasa Vibhushan, he dresses them up. He wears clothes. He personally, wears clothes for them. He decorates them with various ornaments. Guhya Anga Jatatar Darshana Sparshan, he sees and touches all the private parts of those young girls. Tabu Nirvikara Rai Ramanande Ramon, Nana Bhavodgamo Tare Karaya Shikhan. In spite of that, Rai Ramananda's mind has no disturbance. He has no disturbance absolutely in spite of this. Nana Bhavodgama Tare Karaya Shikhan. And he teaches those girls how to dance, how to put which posture. For that he has to touch various bodily parts of the Devadasis, and he is doing that. Nirbikara Deha Man Kashtha Pashana Sam Ascharya Taruni Sparshe Nirbikara Man. Mahaprabhu is telling that his mind and his body are so stone-like. They are like stone. They are like wood. Like wood and a stone, they don't have any transformation, isn't it? Whether a young girl is touching, or whether an old woman is touching, whether a boy is touching, or whether heat is coming, they don't have any feeling. So, Adbhuta is very astonishing that if Rai Ramananda's mind and body is made of wood or stone, that even though he is touching the body of these young girls, there is no transformation in him. এক রামানন্দের হয় এই অধিকার, তাতে জানি অপ্রাকৃত দেহ তাহার. Only Rai Ramananda has such a power. No one else. Therefore, I understand that Rai Ramananda has a transcendental body. His body is not material. Because in transcendental body there can only be transcendental transformations, no material transformations. By seeing a young girl, like Sukadeva Goswami is walking naked. He was walking naked by the lake, and young girls, they are bathing in the lake naked. They are also naked. Sukadeva Goswami had no transformation in his heart. And by seeing Sukadeva Goswami naked, even those young girls did not get disturbed. Means they were not trying to, cover their body. They were nude, but they were also not trying to cover their body. Why? Because they could see Brahma Tejo, the Brahman effulgence. No material vikara. So that body must be transcendental, not material. Material body will have material transformations. Forget about women. If nice sabji is kept in front of me and aroma is coming, they will have transformations in me, isn't it? Immediately I have water on my tongue. Isn't it? No? Yes. So much material transformations we have. Immediately the mind gets disturbed. But Rai Ramananda, his body must be transcendental. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in the commentary there, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says that Rai Ramananda is decorating these Devadasis thinking that they are the servants of Radha Krishna. They are serving Radha Krishna. They are dancing in front of Jagannath Dev. Therefore, they are my object of worship. They are the gopis in the service of Radha Krishna, and I am their servant. If I dress them properly, Radha Krishna will be pleased. If they dance nicely, then Radha Krishna will be pleased. He is seeing himself as a servant of these Devadasis. Therefore, he had no transformation in his heart. This was the transcendental vision of Rai Ramananda. So, even though one is grihastha, one cannot overcome all these different transformations. And Vishayi hoya sannyasi ropadeshe. Even though he is a Vishayi, is an enjoyer, means he is a materialistic person, still he is giving instructions to the sannyasis. Mahaprabhu says so much about Rai Ramananda. There is no time to go through all of that, but he again instills faith in the heart of Pradyumna Mishra. And Pradyumna Mishra goes to Rai Ramananda. Again, he hears Harikatha with faith, and then he becomes totally, blissful by hearing Harikatha from Rai Ramananda. That is the power of Rai Ramananda. And Rai Ramananda Prabhu and Swarup Damodar Goswami, both of them, as we heard, they became the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they served the best particularly towards the final pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by holding the neck of Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar only, Mahaprabhu has given this highest instruction. Harshe Prabhu kahena shuno Swarup Ramarai Nama Sankirtana Kalo Parama Upay. Mahaprabhu has given this instruction. With great joy, Mahaprabhu is telling, Suno Swarup Ramananda and Swarup Damodar, hear attentively. Nama Sankirtana Kalo Parama Upay. The highest remedy for all problems in this Kali Yuga is Nama Sankirtan. It is the highest panacea, Guru Maharaj used to say. So, also he, Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar, they used to read the poems of Chandidas, Gita Govinda, and Karnamrita, Gita Govinda, Rai Ramananda's Jagannath Vallabh Natak. All these things were, recited to give pleasure to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As per the mood, whatever mood Mahaprabhu was in, when he was in separation, that kind of poems. When he was feeling union, that kind of poems. They were reciting and giving pleasure to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, they are the best servants. Today is the disappearance of Rai Ramananda. So, let us pray unto his lotus feet that may he give the service of his dearmost object of worship and then make our life successful. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Paramaraditam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtham Vishnupad Pramanta Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shadu Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrind Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Jai. Saparikar Shri Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radha Govinda Shri Radha Gopinath Jiu Ki Jai. जय श्री श्री राय रामानंद प्रभु की जय। तदीय तिरुभाव तिथि पूजा की जय। समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।